So when I was a kid, my dad had an awesome restaurant, and they had the most amazing onion rings. I'm going to show you how to make those. It's so simple. We're going to do it right now. All right, let's go. We're starting out. We're going to get the biggest onions you can find at the grocery store. You're going to slice those into 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch slices. Then we're going to start wringing those out. What I mean is push the centers out, and then you just ring the ones that are big enough for onion rings and save those to the side. You can save the hearts for whatever you like. So another thing we're going to need is cracker meal. Cracker meal is available commercially, but I've never really seen it in the grocery store. You might be able to find it, I don't know. But good thing is, all it is saltine crackers that have been deconstructed. So if you put salted saltine crackers in there, actually the salt works out to be about perfect as well for your seasoning. So that's what I would recommend doing. You put them in the food processor and spin them around real fast. And take these all the way down to powder too, by the way. Don't leave any chunks of saltines in there. You want them totally done. There's your cracker meal. Ta-da! Okay, I've got plain flour on the left. I've got the cracker meal on the right. Now in the middle, I've just got water that I'm about to mix plain flour with to create a batter. We want this about the consistency of pancake batter. And then we're going to add a little bit of yellow food coloring. I remember making these when I was a kid working for my dad on Saturday. It was a lot heavier volume though. Okay, so there goes our yellow food coloring. All right, we're set. We're gonna put the onions straight into the batter. And then they're gonna go straight into the flour. And we're gonna go through all of them and just get you a pan to the side where you can set them after you get them done. It's a pretty good idea to, if you've got some gloves around, I would use them honestly, and definitely try and keep one hand dry and one hand wet, because it will make a mess otherwise. You know, the bigger the container that you use for your dry stuff, your flour and your cracker meal, the larger the container, the easier and faster this will be, but also the more mess you've got. That's why I'm using disposable containers, because as soon as I'm done with this, I can just stack them together and throw them out. So once you're done with the flour, it's time to go back into the batter. You want to let them sit there for a second or so in the batter, let that flour completely saturate. And then go into the cracker meal and again set them aside. So speaking of wearing gloves, another good reason you might want to wear them is this yellow food coloring. Yeah, it will actually stain your hands. It's not a good look. Jaundice hand. Okay, so occasionally you see I'm touching the spots with some of the batter. If you don't get the flour completely saturated, when you throw it into the cracker meal, occasionally you'll have just a little bubble open up and you've got raw flour there. So I'm just touching that with the batter to correct that spot. And let's go check out a sauce to go with this. So I've got 2 cups of mayo. We're gonna get a tablespoon and a half of white vinegar. We got 2 tablespoons of ketchup. Then we're gonna have a tablespoon and a half of honey and 2 tablespoons of chipotle pepper puree. We're just going to mix that up and it will make a yummy little sauce, but you can do whatever you like. If you want some sour cream instead of mayo or different seasonings, whatever. It's you doing it. You do you. Alright, my oil is at 350. You can use whatever kind of oil you want. I'm using peanut oil, but if you want to use corn oil or whatever you like, it's up to you. Just put them in, separate them, keep them away from each other a little bit, and let them go. Okay, so after a little while, give them a turn. At this point, you see the sizzling has gone down dramatically. They're almost done at this point. So as soon as they start getting calm and get that golden brown look on them, you know you're there. And by the way, if you don't fry all these up the day that you make them, they will hold in the refrigerator for about 24 hours. Much longer than that and it turns into a mess. Alright, these things are ready to go. They look awesome, and we're going to just pull them out and let them drain. Nothing to it. Beautiful onion rings. Amazing. And then, hey, if you're cooking for a bunch of people, go ahead and get the next batch in there. Alright, Josh, come on over here. You got to get some of this.
All right, let's see what we got here. We got some onion rings, and we got a special sauce for them.
Yeah. Let me get this. Let me get this. Hold on. I need to try this.
Yeah, those are banging.
Those are really good.
That sauce you got is fantastic.
That takes me back to childhood. Those are so good. I hope you try these. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, hit subscribe and like. Catch you next time. Thanks.